Good morning, Meridian. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Business Buzz. My name is Marlene Robinson. I'm the Director of Development and Marketing for the Meridian Chamber of Commerce and your host for today's program. One of our chief goals at the Meridian Chamber of Commerce is promoting and sharing our member businesses. So today, I'm very pleased to introduce you to Compass Benefits Advisors and co-founders Robert Tierney and Susie Brocky. Welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. You bet. So, part of doing good business is doing business with people we know, like, and trust. So part of what I like to do on this program is help our audience understand a little bit about who you are and what you do. So if you would take a couple of minutes and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your background and why you do what you do, it'll help our audience know a little bit more about you. So go ahead, take it away.
Great. Well, my name is Susie Brocky, and I'm one of the partners here at Compass Benefit Advisors. My background has been in human resources, and so over the last 20 years, I've worked for large corporations and small companies managing the human resource function. About 15 years ago, I made the leap and jumped over to becoming a benefits broker, particularly the area of human resources that I enjoyed or loved the most. And so now I just focus on helping other employers with their benefit programs. When I meet with employers the most, I like to say I've been on your side of the table. I know what it's like to be evaluating and looking at benefit programs and what would fit or what would be the best solution for my employees. So that's the approach I take when I sit down with a company to evaluate what their benefit programs are and trying to keep costs in control as well as offering the best benefit programs possible. Robert?
Yeah, my name's Robert Tierney. I've worked in the employee benefits world for since 1996 when I graduated from Boise State University. Lived here with Nampa Bulldog along with Susie, actually going way back when. So been living in the area for a long time, part of the community. And when I graduated from Boise State, it happened to be in December. So not a whole lot of teaching jobs for somebody who graduates with a math and coaching degree. So I actually had an opportunity to work for one of the largest benefits consulting firms in the state and one of the largest in the country right out of college, and did that for a couple years and focused mostly working with large self-funded employers and did the underwriting for those plans. Did that for a couple years and decided that all the really good consultants came from the carrier side. So I needed to branch out my experience and learn how things are done from the inside. So I worked for a couple carriers, and actually my last stint was as chief operating officer for Delta Dental. And at that point, I had an opportunity to, like Susie, join the benefits brokers world again and work on the consulting side. So I jumped on that opportunity, and I'm my longest tenured employer. So I've worked for myself longer than anybody else. So I've liked the flexibility of being independent and working for my clients. I have the flexibility of not working for a corporation and doing what's right for the client without having to worry about someone looking over my shoulder making decisions for us. So I take my financial background, my underwriting background, and I apply it to employee benefits to help employers get the biggest bang for the buck. And in my personal life, I'm married to a beautiful bride, Kendall, and my daughter, who is 15, our daughter, who is 15, is getting her learner's permit. So I'm heading for a whole new life experience here real soon.
You sure are. Well, thank you both for telling us a bit about yourselves and your extensive experience in this field. So tell us a little bit about why. Why did you decide to, finally break free? I heard you talk a little bit, Robert, about, not having that someone looking over your shoulder, not being in that large corporate environment. But why did you decide to start Compass Benefits Advisors?
Yeah, it's a situation where the three of us, Susie, Melinda, and I, were like-minded, had some benefits background, and really wanted to create a culture where we could work for the client. We are all service people more service than sales, and most benefit employment consulting services or firms are sales oriented. They're more interested in bringing on the next client. We are worker bees. We like to take care of people. We like to help people, and we are all focused on the service. We have the philosophy that if we take care of people, they'll spread the word and we'll get new business that way, as long as we continue to work in the best interest of the clients. And then along that note, we wanted to bring in employees and create a culture here at Compass Benefit Advisors where the employees like coming to work. We screen and we hire employees who are empathetic and want to help people. I mean, the last thing a service organization should be doing is hiring people that are just punching a clock. We really have a great team that takes on other people's issues and solves them. And they take it personally, and that's what we look for when we're actually hiring, is we want people who really want to help others.
Well, your team sounds like a team that I would want to interact with if I was my own company and looking to bring on benefits for my employees. I would want to work with an organization like yours that has an empathetic workforce and a service-oriented mindset to bring us the best possible options. That sounds like a great environment you've created over there.
We're pretty proud of it.
Yeah, you should be. So tell us a little bit about the services that you provide and who you serve.
Well, so we put together a little slide deck to just highlight some of the key components, I guess, of what we see where our role lies. This just kind of gives the flow of the types of different services that we can provide some expertise in. Obviously, we, as Robert alluded to, we have a very experienced team who helps manage the day-to-day cycle of benefit enrollment, benefit admin, insurance plans, employee issues that are related to specifically the benefit programs. We have Robert and his data analytics and a slew of tools that we use in order to help kind of analyze those costs and trending and keeping the client on target. We have a partnership with retirement, 401k and retirement type of programs that employees can be engaged in. We have employee experience, where our team builds educational materials, employee handbook or benefit guides, and presentations to make sure employees understand their benefits. If they don't understand their benefits, they're not seeing the true value in what those programs offer and employers are paying for on their behalf. And then obviously our communications, we have email campaigns and all kinds of communication programs that help keep the employer and the employees and the HR teams abreast of everything that's happening with it, especially, COVID relief and ACA and compliance and all of those types of things that are kind of breathing down all employers and HR individuals' necks, and keeping them on their toes. And then the human resource function, which is, kind of where I that's my home, I guess, where, evaluating and helping them evaluate what are their goals and where are they headed to. If it's a small employer, often they don't have a robust HR team. And so we can help try and fill in that gap for them. The next slide, Marlene. So this just kind of gives the wheel. It kind of a lot more detail, and I'm not going to go into all of it, but it kind of gives you the spectrum, I guess, of the types of services that we're able to offer. I mean, everything from, like I said, the ACA and Department of Labor compliance issues to the 1094 and 95 filings and the reporting requirements. If they're mid-size, 50 employees and larger, they have a whole, and employers have a lot more responsibility when it comes to their programs and their benefit arena. And then it just kind of goes all the way around of the different items that we can assist in. Next slide. this is just kind of our value drivers. These are things that, that we hold true and near and dear. As Robert alluded to, our team takes things very personal. So it's top of the list for us. They know our clients' names. They know employees by name when they call in. They know HR, they're an extension of the HR team, or the owner or the admin assistant or whoever's managing those benefit programs. So I think this just kind of dives through the different types of areas that we feel are important and kind of the foundation of who we are and the types of things we want to bring into a client or an employer to help them with their programs. And then the last slide, we represent you. We're not independent, so we're not representing the insurance companies. We work on our employers' behalf, who are our clients. We're paid by the commissions from those carriers, so it's no cost to our employers to utilize our services. They're built into the premiums that employers pay regularly, whether they use a broker consultant or not. So it's to their benefit to utilize that because they're already paying those fees. And we can help them analyze and evaluate and come with, kind of the whole slew or the spectrum of here's all the different options that could be available to you if you wanted to look at making some changes. And that's ultimately our goal, is to provide the support to the HR teams and the employers in the benefits arena. We want to help streamline their HR processes and offer solutions within their company. We want to make sure that their benefit programs are running smoothly and that employees see the value in them. And that is kind of who we are. This is our team member. Robert's, Melinda and I are the partners, and we have an additional broker consultant, Terry. And that's our contact information if anyone is interested in learning more about the services we have to offer.
Fantastic. And we will include all of that contact information down in the comments field on this Facebook Live post once we are done live streaming. And I just personally want to thank you for being so involved with the Meridian Chamber of Commerce. Terry is a leader of one of our MC Leads groups, one of the networking groups that we have in place here at the Chamber. She's an incredible leader, facilitates awesome meetings. So if anybody is interested in getting involved in our networking groups, Terry's a good person to talk to about that. So before we close, let me ask you this question. Who is your target customer? Specifically, what types of businesses do you serve best?
Yeah, I'll take that one. And thanks for asking, because that's really important. We like to work with small to mid-sized employers. That's where we feel like those employers may have somebody that's wearing one hat but responsible for all of HR. And we can come in and we can carve out those responsibilities that are benefits related, and we can take on those responsibilities for them. We come in and we can provide a online enrollment tool. We can come in and provide all the communications regarding the benefits. And we work best with those teams that are looking to add some resources without adding cost. And that's really where we fit best, because we work best with employers who allow us to just become part of their team. And that's where the empathy comes in. That's where the service comes in. You should never feel like you're being sold anything when you're working with Compass. We are educators. I actually have a background in education and coaching, and I'll let you know what's out there, but you're never going to feel like you're being sold anything. I don't like that feeling. None of the three founders do. We really dislike that. We want to be educated, and then if it makes sense for us and it solves a problem that we have or provides a solution, then yes, let's go forward with it. And that's really who we work best with. People who want to be educated about benefits, people who want some extra resources but don't necessarily want to hire additional people, and don't mind some friendly faces coming in to be part of your team.
Well, that sounds fantastic. I love your business model. And I hope that this program today has given you even more exposure to the community here throughout Meridian and the Treasure Valley, those who have tuned in and watched. I hope they reach out to you. And like I said, I will add your contact information into the comments section down below. So thank you both very much for your time today, for sharing your passion and your business. And we look forward to seeing you at future Chamber events.
Yep. Thanks for having us, Marlene. Really appreciate your time.
Yep.
You bet. Thank you. And that is a wrap for today's edition of Business Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us on our program. Next week, we are going to be hearing from Oh, shoot. CLF Cleaning. I think I wrote it down and I misplaced my note. CLF Professional Cleaning. So we'll be hearing from them next week. We also have a couple of ribbon cutting events coming up next week that we'll be live streaming as well on Wednesday and on Friday. So we look forward to seeing you out there in the live stream world of Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Business Buzz.